talk about a new artist and a new style of painting. Henri Matisse was an expressionist painter. That means that he used colors in a very expressive way to show emotion. In the picture on the screen, you can see a painting of a woman, but the colors look very unnatural. Henri Matisse was one of the first artists to use this painting style. And like the other artists and art styles that we've learned about this year, a lot of people didn't like it at first and they thought it was ugly. But now this is a style that people really like and respect. In the story that I'm going to read, in the first half of the story, we'll learn about Henri Matisse's life as a young man. In the other half of the story, we will learn about his life as an old man. He had two unique styles of art in his lifetime. The story is called Henri's Scissors by Jeanette Winter. In a small weaving town in France, a young boy named Henri Émile Benoit Matisse watched his mother paint china. He wanted to paint too. He drew pictures in the sand, and he drew pictures in his school books. When Henri was a young man, he drew pictures in his law books and on his contracts, deeds, and wills. Henri was sick in bed with appendicitis one winter. His mother gave him a box of paints, and he painted until he was well. He kept on painting, forgot about becoming a lawyer, and left his small town to be an artist in Paris. Henri painted pictures day after day, and year after year. I'm going to stop the story here because we're going to create a picture in his style. We're going to create a portrait like the one that you see on the computer, and we're going to use some bright and expressive colors. So the first step in drawing a portrait is starting with an oval shape. Faces are oval shape. You might be used to drawing a circle, but draw an oval instead. It's more accurate, it's more realistic to what a head will look like. And then you can create a L shape for the nose. I made a backwards L, just a simple symbol of what a nose looks like. Next, I'm going to create some oval eyes. And I'm going to put a circle inside of the eye and add some lines for eyebrows. You can add lines or shapes. You can add another line to create a little sliver shape or kind of like a banana shape. Then I can color that in later with an expressive color. And then to make a mouth, I'm going to make two more of those crescent shapes, sliver shapes, or banana shapes, however you want to think about those. And then, next step, add some hair. The hair can be however you want it to be. I'm going to make some wavy hair and ears. The ears are just some curved shapes. I don't think I need to add any details inside of it. We can tell that it's an ear without any details. And then some lines for the neck. Now is the fun part. I would like you to use all of the colors in your box of crayons, in your box of markers, in your box of colored pencils, whatever you want to use. And you don't have to color completely inside of the lines. So looking at the picture that's on the screen, Henri Matisse used two colors, sometimes three colors, to color in the same thing. He is just trying to be expressive with his color. What do you think he's trying to express? What emotion do you think he was trying to express with the colors in his picture? With the person that I drew, they look like they're pretty happy. They have a smile, their eyes are nice and wide. So I think that I will use my colors to help show happiness in my picture. And the way that I'm going to do that is by using mostly bright colors. As I'm coloring this in, I'm trying to use all of the colors in my crayon box, but I'm not coloring in a scribbling way. I'm trying to keep it organized. So I used pink mostly for his cheek and his eyelid. I used red to finish the side of his face and his chin. And then I used green for the half of his forehead. I'm going to use blue right now for the other half. So even though I'm using these colors that are not realistic to what you would see on a person, I am trying to keep the colors on the parts of the face, keep it more organized. Finished with the face and the neck and the shirt, I need to work on the background. I don't want to leave it white because it doesn't look finished that way. So I'm going to be inspired by the picture that Matisse created that we're looking at. He put random colors around the background, but he thought about where he should put those colors. He doesn't have green right next to green. He has green next to a pink color and a red color. So he thought about where to put the background colors. If I put red next to the shirt's kind of going to get lost. So I'm going to choose a color that's different from red. Use green. And looking at Matisse's painting, he kind of used some scribbly lines. So it's okay to be a little bit messy on this one. All right, and your whole picture doesn't have to be one color. You can use multiple colors. I'm going to move on to the background by his hair. I want to choose a color that's not purple. Blue might also be too dark, so I think I'm going to go with pink. And I'm going to change the color. I'm going to go to a red. And I think I'm going to go to the orange over here. I don't have very much orange at all in my portrait. So one last thing before you get started on this. I just drew a random face. I just put together a face from my imagination. You do not have to draw a portrait of yourself. You can draw a portrait of someone else or someone from your imagination like I did. So your drawing of a face could be you or it could be somebody else or someone that you make up. But please use all the colors from your crayon box to color it in. Color it in an expressive way so that the colors are very bright.